Hello everyone! Welcome to tonight's session of Emoris, you guys. Before we begin, as always, announcements. Follow us on the socials. That's Discord, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Patreon, and Instagram. Links to those will be in the chat or the description of the YouTube video if you are watching this on YouTube. Next up, just watch Vandalva and Rhyme. If you don't, I'll kill you. And if you do, I'll give you a cookie. And then that's it. That's all we've got for announcements today. I guess I should probably touch on the fact that Dyto's not here. We'll see what happens with that. Because Thyra's not currently available.
She's fine. She's in a farm upstate.
So, is everyone ready to go?
Get real crazy.
Yeah, let's do it.
Never talk about it again.
So, previously on Emoris, the Silver Goats had entered the dungeon under the lake with their new allies. You explored the structure, finding 4 main braziers that were lit in 4 unique ways, before you unlocked the fountain in the center of this place, and headed deeper underground where you found a long and old worn rope bridge. Opting not to traverse its potential dangers, you instead flew over it to find a small room laden with gold and other treasures, sealed away behind an old, solid metal door. And as you entered this room, you saw the target of your quest on the far wall. A familiar-looking crimson orb with a burning fire inside, and 2 metal rings around the outside that gently rotate with faint ticks. Before you could approach the orb, however, you were ambushed by a new creature. The last defense of the dungeon, a beholder. A hard-fought battle, won, but at the cost of one of your team, that being Thyra, being turned to stone. And as you all gather around her, that is where we left off. So, as you coalesce around your frozen ally, realizing that none of you currently have the ability to change her fate, what would you like to do?
Which one? Is it Duel that has the lead box?
The Monarch has the lead box. And the Monarch is currently walking over to the orb.
I'm gonna yell at the Monarch to put that thing in the box.
No, wait. What if there's more traps? We have to be more careful. If something gets set off, we could break Thyra.
That's a good point. What if taking the orb off the pedestal does something? We should proceed with caution.
Right. So I have a plan before we do much further. I can sit here and ritually cast Detect Magic. That way, if there's anything that I can't physically see, that way I can see it, just in case. Considering it's very clear that these people were very high intelligence and magically inclined. So, if you give me about 10 minutes to cast that, I can do a very thorough once-over of this entire room and see if there's anything that we need to be careful of other than what we've got right here.
Sure, and let's check the pedestal for traps as well.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
I am actually going to divine sense as well, just to see if there's any celestial fiend or undead, just to sweep over and make sure there's nothing weird hanging out in the fucking gold or anything like that.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you cast Divine Sense. Nothing striking your attention.
I look to free. But this is something we can fix, right? I mean, we've fixed worse.
I don't have the spell. I know I can do it. I just don't have it because I never thought I would need, to cure petrification.
I'm sure Titus tribe. You can get us back to Titus tribe, right?
Yeah, I can do that.
So we can cure her. It'll be easy. Just to go there, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We're alright.
Or, if we have a way to get back here, we bring one here.
We don't have a way back here.
Well, I would have to rest, but I could bring somebody back. If just I go, I could bring somebody back with me. But
I'd rather not leave Ida here.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all could stay with her. I'd be right back. I guess I would need to bring Duel with me, because Duel is the one who knows how to get here.
Duel looks to you. I can't get back here. There's no circle here. I'd have to cast teleport itself, and I only have one of those a day. It'd be tomorrow.
I have an idea. Oh wait, no, because she used hers to get here, didn't she? Never mind.
We shouldn't waste time. The longer that this is out in the open, the closer that they'll probably get to coming here. So whatever we do, we should do it quick.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll just start casting.
I'm gonna go over to Thyra. So, the bag of holding has a 2-foot diameter opening.
Okay.
And I fit Thyra in the bag of holding.
With the way that Thyra is set up, and this is like a 7-foot tall woman who was built pretty broad, strong, standing like this, wide shoulders.
It's definitely a maybe.
You go ahead and manage to fit the head in the bag and sort of like get some of the shoulders, but she's not getting in there.
Thyra coincidentally petrified with her arms straight up like this, sucking her gut in as much as possible.
She's in a reverse pencil dive right now, and you can just whoop.
And then you just.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I was like,
if it was someone like Wade or Free, possibly.
Yeah,
but not
I
for
know.
Thyra.
I was just fucking Dyto. You had to be turned to stone, not Wade, little penciling bastard.
So, what are you guys doing?
I am currently casting Detect Magic ritual.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're taking some time out to set up the ritual.
Okay, I'm filling the bag of. I'm gonna give everything. I'm gonna empty the bag of everything that was put into it, which is just like all of Freeze and Thyra's like stuff that could get ruined in the water, and then I'm just gonna fill the bag with gold.
Okay, sure. So
that's 500 pounds.
So while this is happening,
yeah,
you can do.
Free wants to message too.
While this is happening, since Alakin is ritual casting and this is going to take some time.
Am I still observant of everything around me at the same time?
You are maintaining concentration on the spell. You have a general idea of what's going around you, but
the reason I was asking was I was wanting to stop Izzy just in case it's trapped.
Yeah, people were saying like don't touch anything, so she would wait until he casts Detect Magic.
Okay. So while this is happening, Duel is getting a little impatient because of the nature of this thing. He will ask one of you to go and stand watch outside and make sure nothing's coming.
Just the most observant. I'm terrible.
I don't trust you not to touch it if we leave.
I'm not.
The room. Not you.
Alright.
Duel. He wants to keep it safe, but I know for a fact he's just going to take it home and study it with his arcane magics himself. So I don't know how it being exposed here or in his hands is any different.
Because
so he can wait a goddamn hour.
In my hands, it will be protected, fortified. It's not protected down here. We just killed the defense.
You can wait.
You're all coming back with me anyway.
You can wait 10 minutes for. First off,
that's
no,
fine.
We're going to go to Tyler's tribe. You can go back to your fucking place.
Yes, you're coming back with me first, and then we will decide where we're putting it, and then you can go back. That was the deal.
Deal's changed. Sorry. We're taking Tyler back to our tribe.
No, I can't talk. Never mind. Okay, everything.
Alright.
How are you planning on getting her back to the tribe? Tell me.
Teleportation circle.
Are you aware that teleportation circle only works on creatures and not objects?
What if I? Well, it works on my armor, so I'll carry the statue.
You're wearing your armor.
Alright.
Good luck carrying a 7-foot-tall stone statue. Good luck, seriously.
Yeah, alright, fantastic. I'm very strong.
Look, I appreciate your quickness to argue with me about this.
Yeah?
If we bring her back to Half-Yordi, she can at least be safe there. Nothing's gonna happen to her.
I'm bringing her back to her people. I'm not bringing her to Half-Yordi. I'm sorry, Duel.
Alright, fine. She's yours anyway. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Now, will someone go and keep watch?
You
Yeah,
can?
no.
There we are.
I'll go outside to keep watch. Do I need to roll anything?
Yeah, roll me a perception check for me.
Okay. While I'm out there, I want to try something too.
Sure. Absolutely.
7.
Go roll, Wade. Yeah, you
So
sit out there, and all you can hear, like, as you listen in and try and be perceptive, is like this faint, like, from down below in the bottom of the pit somewhere down there. Just like this cracking.
Yeah. Probably don't see anything because I have my eyes closed, and I'm just like, Mom, whoever you are, or whoever saved me and Kev that day, if you could just, one more time, just take Thyra away from here, keep her safe until we can get her, and Kev, that'd be great. Thank you. It's like talking to myself, trying to reach out to this presence that saved Kev in the past, but I don't know if it'll do anything.
Okay. Cool. You focus in this seemingly endless expanse. And it is just you, and you hear the gentle, like, shifting of metal and coin behind you, and the chanting from Alakian, but it's easy to dull out. And you try and talk to a force that you aren't sure where they are, who they are, what they can do. And you say the words. And that's what you do. Anything else from you, Wade?
No, I'll just keep an eye out.
Okay. Everyone else? You're waiting for Alakian to finish casting?
No, Free is sending a message.
Sure.
She's gonna send a message to Bebe Kiva.
Okay.
Can you undo petrification or get us back to Lake Gashal? We have a situation that needs resolving.
Okay. You send out the message. And the first thing that you hear as the response comes back is this long, drawn-out sigh. Just this... I could do that tomorrow. I've heard of this lake, but I've never been there myself. It'd be better if you could meet me here.
I figured. Alright. So, Free will shout out and confirm that Kiva can do this for them.
Griz, if you keep messing with my volume slider, I'm gonna kill you.
I'm so confused.
It's me. I'm turning it down because it's
why
playing
I can't
twice.
Hear anything?
Yes.
I didn't realize you were on the Swindler's Den account too.
Yeah, it's me.
Oh my gosh! All right, let me log out and re-log in.
No, you're fine.
Is it
I'm doing
now?
it on my account now. You're fine. So, Free relays this information to the rest of the group that Kiva can reverse petrification tomorrow, not today.
Alright, so a few options. We could try to teleport, but I still said there might be a chance that Tyra won't come with us.
He would know the spell better than
Or
us.
we could wait here for Kiva. Or haul Tyra through the dungeon.
I don't... I don't know
I
if
have
it'd
a
be safe to
question.
move her.
Out of character. Did Duel say that teleportation circle wouldn't work, or that teleport wouldn't work, or both?
So, teleportation circle does not transport objects unless they're being worn or carried. Teleport works on people or an object.
Yeah.
But you can't do both.
One
Okay.
carried. I can carry Tyra. Because he can lift 500 pounds. Like she will.
You can definitely try it.
If worst comes to shove, Izzy will lie down and have like the statue laying on top of her if that counts as carrying, and will teleport. Yeah. She's not leaving fucking Tyra here, and she's. Yeah.
Well, worst case scenario, if you want to do that, we can split the group some of us go back with Duel, and then the others meet back in Fjordi tomorrow. Whoever goes with Thyra.
I'm going with Tyra. I think we should all go with Tyra. I think we all need to be there.
We did make a promise.
Hey,
And at least one or two of us should go back with Duel.
Fuck that. Alright? That is more important than that.
Yes, but I know Thyra doesn't want to burn this bridge either.
Duel, will you be so upset that we didn't come back with you that you will never speak to us again?
I don't give a shit what you do, as long as I can keep the orb protected from whoever's coming.
There we go. And we know that the fact that it was kept secret for years by Tyra's tribe by keeping it in a lead box. So as long as you keep that thing in a lead box, don't take it out, not even never, till you get a lead line in the room, it should be fine.
Are we ready to take it now?
I don't know. Late again.
Much time has passed.
You're looking at maybe 6 or 7 minutes. The rest of you, as Lakian is casting this, so I'll say Free and Izzy, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
26, natural 20.
Oh,
That's pretty fucking
Nice.
good.
okay, but it's being weird. One. I'm having a weird time. There we go. There we go. That is 5.
5, okay. So you, Izzy, not seeing much. Free, you're looking around this area. Not so much looking for traps, but looking to see what you can find. There is a tremendous amount of gold here. We're talking tens of thousands of gold pieces. There are also a couple of other items that you managed to pick up. There is particularly one that's kind of prominent as you look over towards the orb itself. The orb is sitting on this chain link platform, almost like this table that the base of it is in this design. And it sits on top, much in the same way that you would have imagined it would have in the pit next to Bigdaki. But this one's slightly different. There's something above it. Like this long rod, maybe like 4 or 5 feet tall, and it ends out in like kind of this fanning pattern where these bits of stone sort of like jut outwards and at odd angles. That immediately strikes you as kind of weird. You also see, not far off in one of the gold piles, this kind of black fabric, almost. And you kind of identify what it is. It's kind of like this hide or something.
Oh no!
Do you kind of recognize?
Oh no! Guilt! Oh, so much guilt!
You also notice, sticking out of one of the gold piles, another like kind of longer rod. The other one was made of stone. This one is seemingly some kind of metal, and this one's very thin, about the same length, but it's kind of like silvery and glimmers in what little tiny light there is here. And you wager there's probably another couple things, you know, just sitting around in here that you'd have to get to. But because you rolled natural 20, the other thing that you feel, not so much here, is in the ground. This faint vibration. Kind of like this. It's ever so slight. But it's there, and you feel like it's coming from somewhere else in the dungeon.
Does anyone else feel something beneath our feet? She's keeping an eye on those things, she's not pointing them out to anyone until the traps are cleared.
Yeah.
And then she'll go grab she'll point them out and grab stuff.
I don't feel anything, though. Anyone else?
It feels like it's coming from somewhere else within this place, but I can just just beneath the hooves. I can feel it.
You see Duel's head kind of snap towards you a little bit.
They're coming.
Alright, then start casting your fucking circle. Takes 10 minutes, right? Go.
Lakin is finishing. Lakin, you've probably got like 3 minutes left. If that. He sort of starts looking around and he turns to the monarch and then back to you guys.
I think we have time. Go get it.
And the monarch kind of waits a little bit and then starts
I guess
walking
Free
forward.
will
Maybe
grab
because I was
those
trying to
things.
concentrate on this spell. Izzy, what he's
Aye.
trying to say is that we can teleport Thyra to Half-orc and that we can go there as well. Not today. Unless Wade can quickly cast his fucking circle. Because then we can take the circle and he can teleport Thyra out. That way we can all be someplace safe and well guarded, and we have someplace Thyra we know is safe. As
Great,
well as
it's
us.
great. Good idea now that we know that they're on their fucking way. Before that, different. I'm gonna go outside and I'll grab Wade and pull him in.
Yeah, you go outside and you grab the back of Wade's scruff, and both of you see on the far end of the rope bridge, which is impossibly far, this kind of faint orange flicker.
Yep. Pull him in, close the door, and I'm gonna use some special shit I got. I'm gonna use wall of stone and put a wall in front of the door.
Great, yeah. You hold your hands on the new armor that you have and you focus and you feel from out of the stonework these solid stone slabs just appear in front of the doorway, blocking it off.
I'm going to start I'm gonna take my bag and just scoop up gold while people are getting ready to
I will,
leave.
and I'll follow the monarch over to the thing to quickly look for traps to make sure it's not trapped in some other shape or form.
Great, yeah.
If she can, Free will start grabbing those items and just stuffing them in her bag. If they fit.
Yeah, between that and the bag of holding, you can fit those items in there. That's totally fine.
I'll grab a bunch of gold too.
Sure.
Just a handful. Yeah. Just a pocket of gold. Just.
So, Alakian, make an investigation check for me.
As I'm walking over from where I was casting, I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability on myself
Sure.
for the hell of it.
Sure.
Let's see, 26 on the first one. Yeah, 26.
Yeah, you start looking around the altar itself, and there doesn't appear to be any traps here. The other thing that you notice is looking up, that rod is not part of anything. It's its own thing. It almost kind of resembles a staff in its own way, and you could take that as well.
Okay. I'll grab it. Hand it over to Free behind me. Did you point out anything else to us or not, Free?
I think she grabbed everything that was pointed out. Everything else, I guess, is whatever you find.
Okay. Then I'll hand that back to her, and then see if there's anything else of substance around here that looks like it'd be worth taking while the monarch is putting the orb in the box.
Okay, he watches, he holds open this box, and it is kind of like a significantly sized chest, which is no big deal for him. He is quite the athlete, and he just sort of puts it over and closes it from the bottom instead. And he watches it locks, and he just slings it around on the back.
Good job.
Nothing
Let's get
happens.
out of here.
Because it's okay.
He watches Kaifin sort of beckons over to everyone and says, "Come over quick, let's hurry."
Her hands. I don't know. I'll go over. I'll go to the. Is she casting teleport or teleport circle?
She's casting teleport, you would gather.
Okay. Yeah.
Pick up
Hey,
that.
so Thyra's not coming with us on this?
I grab Thyra. Like, nope. I hold on to Thyra, the statue Thyra. Everyone over here to tie the statue. Be easier than dragging this thing over there.
Isabel, make a strength check.
Oh, I'm not dragging it. I'm literally holding on.
You
to
have to pick it up and
Nope,
hold it,
not-
because
not
you have to
teleportation.
carry it. You
Not
have
not teleportation. He just said teleportation circle, not teleportation.
No,
Well,
it's creatures
teleport, you have
or an object.
It's the same thing with
Yeah,
teleport. It's creatures or an object for teleport. So you would.
That's what he said. Teleportation
Okay.
circle is only people.
Okay.
Teleport is people or an object.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to. I'm gonna grab the monarch. How can he distract you?
Okay, so you can make a strength check with. You know what I would say with advantage, but this is a really heavy person with all of her magical gear. Make a straight strength check.
Okay, then I'll also use my body as yours. So my dog is barking in the background, y'all.
Sure.
Give me
Free
advantage?
will give you inspiration. I don't know, with
Sure.
random musical notes. Sure, we'll do that. It worked for her.
with dual, with the monarch and my body is yours, would I get advantage?
I will give you advantage on this. Yep.
Sweet, thank you. First one is a natural 20.
Okay. Between you and the monarch, you just about managed to lift Thyra's form. Axe.
You also have a D8.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking use it just for the fun of it. That's only a 1, so it's 25. It's 25. So natural 20.
Yeah, you just about managed to lift Thyra's form about half an inch off the ground. You know, she's got her axe, all of her gear with her.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a struggle.
Her skull.
You're not going to be able to do this on your own, that's for sure. So when you get there, you're going to have to figure something out. But, you know, she lifted it just barely off the ground before Kaifin managed to gather everyone. And you watch as she begins casting the spell in the air. And she just mutters to everyone, "Hold on." And then, whew, you guys manage to disappear from this space of existence. As you feel your bodies begin to disapparate from this current place down underneath the bottom of the lake, you suddenly, very quickly, apparate into the new location. And the first thing that you feel is this difference in heat. You know, the underground chamber itself was kind of cool. There was no sunlight or internal heating, so it was relatively cold. Instantly, this is much hotter. And as your eyes sort of take a second to reacclimatize to the light that you didn't have before and now do, you hear a voice, not too distant away from you. It says, "You are never worthy to sit beside me. It's an insult to my pride." And there is a small pause before you hear another voice that just says, "How's your face?" And then you hear Kaifin's voice say, Now, boys, we have some guests and first impressions are important." As your eyes begin to blink and regain their function, you realize where you are. Not in Half-Yordi. You are standing on a bridge of cracked black rock and obsidian that sits in a sea of molten lava and magma. You have just enough time to clock the number of small sort of red flowers that are sprouting from the stone before looking ahead to see Kaifin and the monarch standing across from you, separated by a small, maybe 10-foot wide opening in the rock. Kaifin is standing with this sly grin, and the monarch looking kind of distant and emotionless. Up ahead of you stands this massive magma fall across the back wall of this chamber, and in front of that, 3 standing obsidian chairs. Thrones, almost, with the left one vacant. The right one is occupied by a human man in a long crimson coat, hood up, but revealing enough to show his grey-black hair and his aging face. The central seat is the largest, and occupied by a familiar scarlet-coloured Esprit, wielding 2 scimitars, and clad in enough gold and brass adornment to keep a small town running for a few months. Duel stands with your group, and an intense gaze points in the direction of Kaifin, as this low, sort of guttural growl comes out from him as he says, "What have you done?" To which she replies, "Nothing I didn't agree to many years ago, dear. It's nothing personal. Just good business." You
I saw this coming. I just have
Stand
to point
here.
that out, like,
What are you doing?
how far is everyone from me?
They are exactly as they are on the map.
Can
I'm going
Free-
to
Where's Fire's statue?
these two. It would be next to you, Isabel.
Got it.
I'm going to move these two down because they are now enemies.
does the monarch look like he's under someone's control, or is he?
Make an insight check.
It's gonna determine what I do here. 27.
You are very familiar with charms and dominating spells. You look towards the monarch, and his stature is almost like just bland and void. And his eyes, what were once a deep brown, are now coloured in this kind of vague orange. You did
Can
not
she-
see previously because of the dim light.
Okay. Can she still use an action after using that insight check?
You guys don't really have time for actions. This is quick stuff. If you want to do anything,
Oh, okay. We don't have any-
Okay. Because I was gonna try and dispel magic on him, but okay.
yeah, you can look around and you can start preparing stuff. But this is more of like you arrive. What do you do?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look to Duel and be like, do we stay or do we leave?
Sort of looks back towards Kaifin and the monarch. It's kind of very deeply at the monarch. We
He's not
leave.
himself.
Get over here then, now.
And Dor begins walking back. You see, the rest of you see the Afriti start getting up out of the chair and look over to you. What happened to the orphan? I was looking forward to seeing her again.
What do we mean? Oh, what do we mean? What do you mean,
What was
leave?
that?
What do we?
It happens.
I mean, what do you mean leave, Lakey? I just pop you invisible. You go over there, you steal that orb before they have a chance to do anything with it.
I'm pulling my amulet out and just saying, you can't fight them.
Izzy? You arrive, what do you do?
I am out of spells. I'm half out of my health. I'm gonna look at Lake and be like, can that thing bring Tyra's weapon? Or are we leaving her here?
Equa?
Let's have a look. You would know. You've used the spell a bunch.
It specifically says creatures, but I'm assuming that also means carrying and or holding. So that's why I'm asking. It says up to 8 willing creatures.
If Izzy manages to hold her by herself, which is going to be a high DC, you can do it.
I am going to lie down and bring the statue top of me. So I'm literally between it and the ground.
Okay, so you begin to fall prone. And on that note, I'd like everyone to roll initiative.
Fuck.
There we go.
So, 25 to 20.
20.
Interesting. Interesting that Lakin didn't get above a 20. That's awesome. Free good at 20.
He hadn't rolled yet, right? Did he?
Huh, you're funny.
20 to 15.
19.
15.
19 as well.
So,
Dex plus 3, 16 total. 16 total.
Plus two.
Okay.
so Wade. And then Izzy.
This actually works pretty well as long as Duel actually is of the same area that we are.
Yeah, fuck. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. I'm not fighting this. I have no spells and I'm half health gone.
15 to 10.
That's everybody.
What did you get, Lakin?
I got 15.
You got a 15?
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. Just fill in the rest. Okay.
That rogue dude is.
So, top of the round is the man. The man looks over to you all. And he begins walking forward. About 15 feet. And then stops. And that is his turn. Free, you're up.
I doubt this is gonna work, but she'll cast Dispel Magic on the Monarch.
Okay. You go
It
ahead.
is level 5, that is my last spell.
You run up behind Izzy and you throw out your hand. And you attempt to throw out these dispelling rays towards the Monarch. And as you feel them go out and sort of wash over him, you feel there's something there. But the source of the dispel, or the source of the domination, is not a magic on all of him. It's something about him. It could be an item, it could be something that's connecting him to something else, but it's not around there.
Not the orb, it's in the lid box. Unless. Oh. Maybe.
Anything else on your turn, Free?
She curses and is like, the source of the magic isn't on him.
Fantastic, we're leaving.
You feel, I should clarify, you feel like it's around him somewhere, but your dispel wasn't targeted at that thing, whatever it is. So it's
not him himself, it's something on him.
But you definitely glean this is a domination, and you have to just, you can figure it out if you really want to try and do it, but it's somewhere there.
I don't have any spells left, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay, so, Free, that finishes your turn?
I have Bardic Inspiration for Isabel.
Awesome. As you get your inspiration. Wade, you're up.
Do I see the orb?
Last time you saw the orb, it was in a chest that was slung over the Monarch's shoulder, and you look, and it's still there.
Okay. The Monarch's shoulder, huh?
Yep.
I want to try and grab it with my mage hand. I'm gonna run over it beside Alakian, shoot out my mage hand. As it goes across, I want to try and grab it off of his back or pull it over his shoulder, whatever, however it's attached.
Okay. So it is attached on a strap, and you know that the box is locked. So for this...
Yeah, I want to try and grab the box, not the orb. You know,
right.
Pulling the box off.
So the chest is a significant size. It's about this big, because the orb itself is the size of a football. Mm-hmm. You know it's heavy. Go ahead and roll a d20 and add your spellcasting ability modifier.
Casting ability, gotcha. Okay.
And I'm going to contest it with his strength.
On you, back there. Go ahead.
Natural one, Equa. Come on, you got this.
Oh my god, why would you say natural one? Why would you do that?
Hashtag blame Esprit. Yeah, he did not roll well, so that was very possible for you to do. You summon the mage hand, you try and pull it, and he just immediately, the hands go up and secure the strap where it is, and you are pulling the chest and it's not budging. It was a good shout though. Anything else on your turn, Wade?
I rolled a 2. I was just wondering if I rolled that right. That's my action. Bonus action. I use 2 sorcery points to quicken spell a set of magic missiles at the box, hoping to knock it into the lava.
Okay.
Clever. That's clever.
Go ahead and roll. I'm trying to think here, because magic missile, this is a very finicky thing.
Doesn't miss.
It doesn't miss, but the question is how pinpoint of a target can you get with it?
Right.
Go ahead and roll me another
I mean, if you want me to,
spellcasting ability
like,
check for me.
Arcana or something? Yeah, okay, I can do that too. Alright. 20 total. There we go.
20 total's
Hey,
pretty
okay.
fucking good. Yeah. Okay. You go ahead and hold out your hand, and this familiar arcane area comes out from your fingertips, and from it, these 3 magic missiles that just and almost seem to like realign themselves in the air to form one long spear-like, almost torpedo. As the Monarch begins to turn and walk, you impact the chest along the backside of it, losing the strap, and the chest. With a 20, I'll say it goes in the lava.
Okay, I'll take it.
Watch as the chest falls. And everyone else who is looking at this battle just looks down at the chest that's now in the lava and seems unfazed.
Figured.
So Wade, if that finishes your turn, Izzy,
Yeah, that would finish my turn.
Izzy, you're up.
I am trying to carefully fall prone with Thyra on top of me, keeping her off the ground.
So you can fall prone. Roll me your strength check with advantage, because you still got my body as yours.
Yay! Nope, that's not how.
Since you're not being aided, I'm going to set the DC here. I'm going to set it at 22.
Give him 18 or higher. Let's see.
You also
First
have Bardic
roll.
Inspiration.
No,
You
I
do.
used it already.
Free just inspired your last turn. So you do have your inspiration.
Can I use it? Is it with advantage? So that's a 14 to 18 total. And then my second one is a 16 for a 20. So I have to get a 2 on a D. What is it? D10 or D8?
8.
D8. Got it. Come on. That's a 2 for a 22.
Just make it.
Holy shit.
You, Isabel, fall prone and just, like, jam Thyra over you just enough. To the point where she is pushing on your chest and it hurts. But she's barely off the ground.
I'd like to say chaos is like goes like my body or goes in the chest and like reinforces my chest a bit.
So it doesn't cave in on itself?
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, I can breathe a little bit more.
So, Isabel, that's your turn. It's the Afriti's turn. The Afriti is going to move. Let me think here for a second. Figure. Yeah, you watch as he sort of like stands up fully and just begins to drift forward. He's going to move 60 feet, which puts him right up to you two. And he's going to make... He's going to make 2 scimitar attacks at you, Alakian, and he's going to use 1 on Wade.
Okay.
So, the first 2 on you, Alakian, are a 17 to hit,
Mm-hmm.
and a 24 to hit.
Yep. Rolled it.
So you take... Math, I can't do math. You take 25 points of fire damage. Oh, sorry, 25 points of slashing damage. And 15 points of fire damage.
I'm gonna uncanny dodge that. So that was 40 points. So that's 20.
Yeah, that's fine. And then he's gonna make 1 on you, Wade, for a natural 20.
Oh, shit, of course, yeah.
You take... Yours is a little lower. You take 18 points of slashing damage and 20 points of fire damage.
I would like to use Rebuke the Violent to do all that damage that he did to Wade back at the Ifriti.
Okay, so I said that was
18 plus 20.
18 plus 20, so that's 38.
38.
Okay. A wisdom saving throw?
Wasn't saving throw, yeah.
So 22.
Check my 20. Let me check this. Exactly. Let's see, Rebuke the Violent. So you take, instead of 38, half of that, which would be a number.
Yes, it would. It would be 16, right? No, that's wrong. It's not 16. It's 19.
19. Thank you, Chem. Yes, 19. You take 19 damage.
Thank you.
Radiant.
Thank you, Cam. Yeah, as it goes and slashes down twice towards Elakian with these two scimitars that it's now holding, you watch as it strikes across the chest and the streak of fire just straight up the wound, and then once onto Wade, and as it does on Wade, you manage to almost grasp that little energy that's coming out of the blade and twist it and reverse it, and the shining beam of radiant energy hits back towards him. He sort of grimaces a little bit, tilting his head, and then looks back to you. Not too phased.
It was more of a fuck you. It was more of a middle finger. I
Great.
just want him to know that I want him to be like a little bit in pain. Just go, fuck you, sack of shit.
So now, the rest of you begin to hear something else. This kind of faint, muffled sound of heavy impacts. This and your attention turns to the lava fall on the backside of the wall. You watch from within it as something begins to appear. Something itself that is made of roiling magma, these sort of faint bits of molten rock and obsidian, and roiling flame that just seems to perforate and come off of all of the various appendages. Human-like in form, but this thing's about 40 feet tall, as it just lumbers forwards, slowly coming out of the waterfall. As it does so, you watch as the man, the Esprit, and Kaifin turn and kneel.
I think we just met Kaimol.
Indeed.
You watch as it just looks out at the rest of the group. And then it takes like a big sniff in the air, and you hear this kind of low gurgling voice come out of it.
I smell my siblings. Kill them.
And the Esprit looks back towards Wade and Elakian and grins a little deeper. On Kaimel's turn, it's going to...
Oh, that's just a straight up bell rock.
Almost.
I swear I have no relation to that thing, so...
I have no relations with that one.
You watch as it sort of lumbers forwards, and these faint bits of molten rock begin to pop out of it on the outside and begin to circle it. And it's going to use its bonus action to hurl two of these meteors towards Isabel and Free. Isabel, I'm going to give you partial cover behind Thyra. It is a spell.
Counterspell.
Okay.
I've never been able to do this.
Cast it at cast it at a high level, man.
Yeah, I can only cast it at 4th. I could cast it at 3rd, but the highest level I'm willing to go right now is 4th.
Sure.
He's just in range of you as you watch as these things pop off, and you just... And this arcane wave just emanates directly across where these things are popping out, and it just turns to look dead at you, Wade. That's it. He's not going to move. It's Duel's turn. Duel.
Oh, thank yes.
Hold on, I gotta update the thing just so everyone knows what it is on the stream, because it's so hard to do this. Duel's gonna move towards the center of your group.
Mm-hmm.
Reach out my hand so you can grab my hand. We can all link hands.
Yep.
And on Duel's turn, he's gonna burn a 6th level spell to cast Freezing Sphere towards Kaimel.
Sure.
It's a 60-foot radius sphere, so he can get... He's not going to get Kaifin, but he will get the other two. So they each have to make a con save. Kymel succeeds. The Ifriti is going to use the legendary resistance to succeed.
Oh shit.
And the man succeeds.
Oh shit, I just realized who you can smell.
Yep.
Yep.
So-
Oh no, I'm wearing his brother.
Yup.
One of them's stone.
39 halved. To whatever 30 and a half is. It's 19. There you go. Look at that. Another 19 points of damage.
I just winked at his sunglass. Fuck.
So, you watch as Duel pulls out this small glass bead and really focuses his energy in it, and it begins to shimmer and sparkle, and then tosses it, and it detonates directly on the creature at the back. And as it does so, that creature just sort of sits and is not damaged at all by the cold. The other two take a hit, especially the man, but are still standing pretty well. Alakian, it's your turn.
Like it, please. Leave.
Yep. Oh, I'm trying to think here because we have to like form a circle. So would like Free would I be able to grab Free's hand, like reaching, like full reach? She full reaches, grab hands from where she's at right there.
You could make a chain. Duel's next to Isabel, so you could make a chain with it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Then in that case, I will just grab my amulet and use it to cast Plane Shift.
Great. You go ahead and grab the amulet and you focus the energy, feeling the cold metal at your hands, and you begin to cast a spell, and it is interrupted as Kaifin slashes it out of the air. And you are
Fucking-
stuck.
God damn it.
Great, so we're dead.
At the end of Alakian's turn, that's Kaifin's turn.
Well, I am going. It's not my entire turn yet. I
Sure.
still have a bonus action.
You do still have a bonus action.
I am going to bonus action disengage and fucking run over here. That's 5, 15.
Sure.
Okay.
Great, awesome. Disengage and run. Now it's Kaifin's turn. Kaifin simply takes the box off of the monarch and walks.
It's in the lava.
Walks in the lava.
Oh, you're right. It is. Sorry. You're correct. Would have been better if it wasn't for you guys, I'm going to be honest.
Figured.
Hey, how about maybe a turn?
She's going to sort of twirl her hands, and this kind of faint bluish-white shard appears out of nowhere. And she just holds it there, and she focuses on it, and she's going to cast Cone of Cold at all of you. Cone of Cold is a... that's the wrong one, that's synaptic static. Is a constitution saving throw from each and every one of you.
All of us? Even
Yeah.
me?
Yep, it's a 60-foot cone.
13.
Fucking hell.
13 fails. Wade succeeds.
Yeah.
21.
Isabel, what'd you get?
14.
14, and Alakian, what'd you get?
21.
21. Okay. So, Alakian, you just succeed. Wade. Sorry, you don't succeed, Wade.
What? 20?
The spell save DC is 21.
Ah, shit.
Equa, I have a question.
Yep.
So, I have to succeed on the intelligence check to cast Plane Shift.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's just a thing that happens.
Yeah.
Can I choose to fail that? Like, if I see her... Because I didn't even roll the check. That's
You
the thing. I
could
didn't
if you
even roll
had
the check.
time. She saw you begin to cast it and counterspelled it.
But that's what I'm getting at, is I didn't even roll the check to see if I made it.
You do that as you cast, so that
No,
wouldn't.
It only casts the spell if I succeed. If not, it's just a thing. It's just a thing that happens.
You're gonna make me look this up, aren't you?
I am indeed, because it's a genuine question, and I'm kind of curious.
No, the spell happens no matter what. You make the check to see if you can control it. As long as you activate the amulet, it goes. On a failure, you and everyone just go to a random place. So the spell goes. It's whether you can focus it on channel your destination, basically.
Okay.
But it's you know what, it's a good shout.
Okay.
So everyone apart from Isabel, from Lakian, you take 33 points of cold damage.
Unconscious.
Yeah. I'm down.
Yeah.
And Lakian, you take half.
That's 16.
And she's gonna move. She's gonna stay where she is. It's the Monarch's turn. The Monarch walks up to the edge of the lava and plunges his hand inside of it. Pulls it out. Nothing. The gauntlet themselves that he put in is now burning and sopping wet, and the hand itself and the arm is beginning to singe away and burn. The charm is still taking place. Top of the round. The man is going to move his 30 feet, and he turns to Kymel, the Scorched King, and he says, "I will dispose of them, my lord. Allow me."
Does Free recognize that voice?
Make an insight check.
Yeah.
I was just thinking the same thing.
I had two theories. One of them looked likely. One of them.
14.
It's hard to say in what's happening here. It's a lot. Scorched King looks back towards him, and there's like this deep moment where you see these two blazing, like burning coal-like eyes that just stare into the lava. And you watch as the Ifriti just turns. The Ifriti, by the way, Alakian, you immediately notice this as it came up to you, has a big purple hand mark right across the face. Something happened to it.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And you watch as the man begins to cast Teleport. Wade's unconscious, so cannot counterspell. Kaifine looks and kind of squints, but does nothing. And within an instant, since all of you are willing, I assume,
Well, I'm unconscious.
you go.
Pyro statue.
Fire statue was on top of you and goes with you.
I think I know who did the purple.
I'm
Yeah, no
I'm
shit.
99% sure I know who it is because I've been messaging them,
Yeah.
but Free doesn't, if my theory is correct.
Yeah. Like, I feel like all of us have that suspicion.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So,
Oh,
those
I'll
of
message
you
tomorrow and find out.
who are conscious, you apparate, with duel included, into the middle of a lush jungle. The temperature is warm and it's humid, and there are faint flies buzzing around, small creatures and critters that just seem to scutter off into some random direction as soon as you impact on the ground. And as you do so, the man pulls back the hood to reveal his somewhat aged face. Maybe mid-50s or so. Black hair speckled with deep specks of grey. And this long crimson-coloured coat with faint, nice lining and inlay. As he looks towards all of you and waits. What do you do?
again. Does Free recognize this face now?
I was gonna say, you said with the age, because we've all seen what Thyra's dad looked like before.
And she successfully messaged him based on it.
Go ahead and make another insight check.
Wait,
Both of us?
Sure.
if he gets crushed under the statue,
Yeah, it's hurting you.
19.
I'm unconscious. I'm not conscious. I'm
18.
Right.
I'm at rolling death saves.
Oh yeah, you are on death saves.
Yeah.
It's not quite your turn yet, so now it would technically be Free's turn. So Free, if you want to dole out healing, you can.
She doesn't have any, but she will give Wade her potion of healing.
Sure. So
Wade's
Wade.
unconscious too, isn't he?
Yeah, Wade's
Yes,
unconscious.
that's why she's going for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I was all.
Yeah.
And now Wade, you regain
I'm
some
not
hit points.
much.
And then it will be Izzy's turn, and she'd make a death save, and then Lakin's turn.
Let's see if because I'm just gonna roll. I'm just gonna roll a significant natural one. It was not a natural one.
Okay, so I'll say at Lakin's turn, you can heal up some by potion or cure wounds or whatever.
It was a greater potion of healing, by the way.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yes.
Let me re-roll that and see what I get.
So Free and Lakian. Lakian, I don't think you've seen this man before, ever.
I've transformed and shown it before.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is a brief approximation, maybe, of someone who looks similar. It's not the same. There's too much. If it's the same, it's very weathered and a lot has happened. But it's very different from the man that Isabel showed.
Oh my god. You
Exceptionally
just
so.
said red robe, didn't you?
He's wearing a red coat.
Does it look similar to the one that we saw outside of Thyra's tribe? Does the cloak robe thing look similar?
It does look similar, but interestingly enough, the man that was there who was wearing it, whose name was Tharden, was elven. This man is human.
It was just
And your name would be?
Not important. What happened to her? As he points down to Thyra.
Petrified.
By what?
Beholder.
I see. Alright. Behind you, there is a portal to the Feywild. We're in a place called the Life Giveaway. It is within your best interests to leave this plane of existence so they cannot follow you. And do it quickly. I've already got my head on the chopping block for doing this. You saw how Kaifine looked at me. Not a lot gets past her. You've got to leave now.
Why would they chase us? We're nobody. They have what they want.
I mean,
We've
that's not.
bothered them enough.
He points square at Isabel.
Aye?
Look what she's wearing.
Yeah.
Oh, Grandin's armor.
Yep.
He's going
That's
to
fine.
hunt you down. Personally, and he will end you.
This might be a little bit asking a little bit too much, but you said we have to go through that portal. Do you have a levitate spell to help us move her into it as well?
You won't need it. It's in the bottom of a small pond. Go to the bottom. Go through. And
How do we get her there?
you won't. I'm taking her.
What?
The fuck you're not.
You are more than welcome to try and stop me, but by the looks of things, all of you are on death's door, and I don't think you can beat me.
So why are you taking her? Let us keep her. She's our
Because
friend.
I can fix her and keep her safe.
Because you wouldn't help us before?
It's a dangerous world out there.
So
And
why-
clearly, you're A, on the run, and B, can't take care of yourselves because she's turned to fucking stone. I will
Well, I'm
take
sorry,
her and keep her.
Did you fight a beholder? Now tell me, before you take my friend, someone incidentally I made a knightly vow to, by the by, why are you helping us?
she's... I swore an oath to her mother to keep her safe. And clearly, that don't work.
And you are?
Someone of interest. You've got about 5 seconds, and you watch as he begins conjuring something in his hand. I don't have time for this, and neither do you.
Do you know?
As much as it pains me to say it, we have to trust him because we don't have anything else to go on right now.
Sure,
He's
absolutely.
the best option.
Do you know her dad?
I'll be in touch when you get back.
Ah, fuck you too.
Well, are you working with them, or are you spying on them?
He was being a double agent, clearly.
Wait, come on.
I'm asking him.
I'll see you soon. And he puts his hand on Thyra and begins lifting her up. He's also going to make a strength check. Ooh, you rolled really fucking well. Yeah, that just... Holy shit. Just makes it. With the +3, just makes it. Awesome. He begins lifting Thyra up just barely. And he is struggling, but he's just managing to do it.
I will help him stand her upright and grab Wade and start to walk away.
Try and be safe. And he disappears.
We're just gonna trust that guy with Thyra.
I mean, do you
We
want to
don't
fight?
have any other option.
Do you want to fight him? I am out of spells and I literally...
I don't think he would have killed us. What would be the point in saving us if he was gonna kill us?
I think his vow to Dyto's mother is more important. I think he would have killed us to protect Dyto.
I don't
The fact of
understand.
the matter is...
Listen, if he is working with them, or even just pretending to work with them, he's on their radar. He's pretty much just brought Thyra into the fray of things.
Great, so what was your plan?
We say no.
Well, I did say no. And then he took her anyways.
We're plenty capable of getting Thyra de-stoned.
Not right now, or not. He's right. I'm wearing armor made of that thing's brother.
Take it off.
How about we get to the Feywild?
We've got
So-
stuff to do there anyway.
Yeah. And I'm pretty willing to trust someone who got us out of that. I don't like it. But we'd be dead.
You see Duel kind of just standing there in silence, fists very tightly clenched on his sides.
We'll punch some trees when we get into the Feywild.
We'll have a
Sorry
talk when we
about
get
your
back.
friend.
Yeah.
We'll try and help you get him back when we can.
Right.
We have to face them eventually.
I've got to go half Yordi.
I'm
George,
going to
you heard
say...
him.
I'm going
No.
to
You were
say
there.
You don't understand. It's not just about me.
No, I
They've
get
got
it.
the monarch and also a councilwoman under their employ. If I don't go back there now, they will take the city. That will be thousands of lives. I have to get back there first and warn them, and then I will meet you.
I'm going to say no, but I'm not going to stop you.
Good.
He's right. They could take all of Yuzeri from there.
I'm pretty sure they already have, isn't it?
Just keep in touch, Duel, please.
Aye.
Don't want to lose another
Stay
one.
safe.
I'll
Think
see
you're
you
an idiot.
soon.
If you end up finding you need an extra set of hands, I know it's not going to be too much help, but we know someone we trust named Zor in Big Dacky.
Aye.
If you need someone you can trust.
When we first met, looked for the person I looked like then.
Yeah. And he walks off into the brush.
Fucking hell.
And now it is the four of you left standing in the middle of this jungle.
There's a pond
Can
nearby.
you see the pond that was being referred to?
Make a perception check.
I will also make one. Use advantage.
Glad I got it, because that was a natural 1. It's an 18.
18. You look around and you don't see the pond, but as you turn around, what you do see kind of off in the brush somewhere, like a little far away, this faintly blue, ethereal, like dough. Which is weird, because A, it's ethereal, B, this is a jungle, and it just sort of stares and looks at you, and then away.
Come on, follow me.
Oh, nearby.
Follow that thing. Follow that dough.
Okay. You begin following it, and you do catch up with it. It's not running away. It is maintaining some distance, but it's there. And you trek. Not far. As you go, the jungle itself is thick and overgrown. There is no path here. But you see other small pieces of, like, strange, ethereal, fey creatures, or whatever they are. They just sort of emanate from around here. You see a little hummingbird that just sort of flits around some of the nearby, like, flowers and trees. You see a small, like, badger-looking thing that just sort of scuttles away in the undergrowth. And off on one of the trees up high is what looks to be a panther or a jaguar or something. It just sits there and watches you as you go. And as you walk, you do come to what you see not far to be this large, wide, maybe 15 feet in radius pond that's just ever so still in the middle of this clearing.
Do I still see that dough?
You do. It's on the other side of the thing. I'm trying to get the music right.
Don't know if you can understand me, but if you can, thank you. And I'll dive in.
Okay.
Oh.
You just you with a faint splash. The rest of you, you watch as it
I hate these two.
looks down and looks back at the rest of you.
I like this too, mate.
I'll dive in.
Okay. Wade jumps, and as he does so, the doe dives in, and there is no splash. It just is in there.
Look at
It's
three.
guiding Wade.
Oh, for sure. He's definitely a prince. He's definitely a prince of some kind.
He's from Fae.
He's definitely a prince of some kind. You're gonna be a queen. It's great.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Lots
She just
of
goes in the
children,
water.
great.
Nope. Just gets out of that combo.
Oh, fun. And I leap into the pond.
Yeah, you all dive in, and it is the coolest water that you've
Let myself say.
ever been in. It is still and pristine and beautifully clear. You could
Is
drink it
cool as in temperature, or as in like it's pretty fucking rad, yo?
in temperature.
Okay.
You could drink it if you weren't still under the effects of water breathing. But you just begin to sit in here, and instantly the sweat that's been coalescing on your bodies from the inside of the volcano and from the jungle begins to just seem to float away in the middle of this. You look down, Isabel, as you begin to just flow, as Alakian is swimming, pushing down towards the bottom of this pond, followed by Wade, who is sideways with the doe, who is not swimming, but just, like, prancing around him in a circle.
I'm just like cross-legged, like arms folded, like in a shitty move, letting my armor sink me.
Yeah, at this point, Free, you see Isabel just sink next to you, down towards the bottom.
I'm guessing 3 kids as I sink.
Oh my
sink past
lord!
you.
Isabel, no, we're not having this conversation.
I am.
We're
I
not
hate
having
you.
this conversation.
Alakian, When you get to the bottom,
I'm listening. You laugh.
there is ground here, and it does slope, but there's like almost like this vacant hole in the bottom of it. And as you get towards it, it's like you're looking at another set of water. It's like you're looking at the reflection of another set of water. It's so strange. This faint, like, different shimmering in light. And you can see it approaching. What do you do?
Keep going. I was told the portal was in the bottom of the pond.
Yeah.
So
You go ahead and keep swimming down, and as you put your hand up to it and touch it, a faint ripple just appears on the bottom, and your finger goes through, and you
turn
keep
behind
swimming.
me. Found it. Come on. I'll keep swimming.
I'm almost there.
You watch as Alakian pushes through, and Isabel just sinks straight down. Wade, you get there next. You go through.
Yeah.
Make a strength saving throw.
Ooh.
What?
Okay. 5.
You try and push through, and you meet resistance. As you push into this layer of water, it distorts and shapes to find your form, and then pushes you back out.
On the other side, can I reach back in and grab Wade, or is that impossible for purposes of this?
You are, strangely enough, rising upside down at a pretty solid rate. You are just...
Do I notice him there? Can I try to swim back and grab Wade through the portal?
Yeah, you can go ahead and attempt to do so. Go ahead and make a... Your swim speed's fine. Go ahead and make a strength check to see if you can reach through and pull Wade.
Sure. That is a 13. Not great.
You grab onto his hand, and you begin pulling, and he's meeting resistance right where his fingertips touch that edge of the water.
I'm going to keep grabbing and keep pulling him, so when he tries again, he can get an aid or something.
Mhm.
I'm trying to help him out.
Yeah, is anyone else helping?
I kind of, I guess, Spring will swim down closer, but not go through because she sees Wade is having issues.
Yeah.
Do you need a hand?
I'm not sure what's going on, but I ain't in no mood for this shit. And I polymorph myself into almost a crocodile. Oh my god.
That's how pissed Wade is right now.
Giant alligator.
Okay.
And start to try and push through.
So Wade transforms, and Isabel, you have to pull your hand back as his hand begins to shift and morph into a scaled reptilian exterior.
I'll grab his mouth after he's done and try to pull him through that way.
Okay, Wade, make a strength check as a giant alligator with advantage.
Alright, let me pull up those stats really quick. My bad.
Wisdom saver, it's a croc.
You ever seen it?
Sorry,
That's what
so,
I was thinking too, honestly.
You said a strength save?
Advantage.
There it goes. 18? Do I have an advantage?
You do have advantage
Yeah,
because
for
Isabel's
me.
helping
Okay,
you.
18 then.
Yeah.
I don't know why it whispered it to you, but...
You begin to push through, and even in your crocodilian or your alligator form, there's still that resistance there. It's crazy. But as you push further and further forward, you just begin to feel that barrier begin to rip and tear around you. And with Isabel's help, you just begin launching through the bottom of this pool. Free. You watch as he goes, and the tail just swishes behind him, and that barrier begins to reseal.
She will try and go through.
Okay. You try and go through, and at this point the barrier is too small. There's too small of a hole for you to go through.
Oh
But
gosh.
you meet no resistance. You just go through.
Oh goodness. She'll follow after the alligator.
As you all begin swimming upwards, out of this pool, you are in your own new pond. And the light is sort of drifting in, and these rays are speckling across the base of it. As you walk or swim upwards and begin to breach, you are surrounded in lush, beautiful forest, filled with tangling roots and tall trees and beautiful greens and browns. And as you look up in the clearing of the brush overhead, you see this perpetual, beautiful starscape and twilight sky that is just looking back at you in a way.
I'm gonna pat Alligator Wade. I'm so sorry. We were talking about crocodiles in chat. I'm gonna hit like Alligator Wade in the head and be like, "Welcome home, friend."
Yeah. I rise, like my head's just on the surface of the water, you know, as alligators do. Underneath, anybody underneath, you know, I look like I'm standing because that's how alligators do that. Is there any like birds on the shoreline?
There is an abundance of wildlife here. There is so much. I don't know if I'm using abundance correctly. It's one or the other. There is a lot of wildlife here.
That was correct. That was correct usage.
Okay, I get confused because that's just the opposite. Yeah, there's a lot.
Try to slowly swim toward a bird.
What is he doing? What is he? Oh.
Make a stealth check.
He's trying to be a gator. And Free's just gonna watch this with an entertained for a second.
Oh, they do have stealth. Hold on, they rolled their actual stealth.
Yeah, you're in water.
Oh,
Crocodiles are
do
stealthy.
you think you take his last name, or?
Oh my lord!
Do you have a
First
last
off,
name?
I don't have a last name.
I was about to say, so you take his? It's fine. Free in water.
Oh.
So
It works too. It's wait in water, free in water. I like it.
that is
Well,
good.
if it ever gets there, I hope by then I'm using my real name.
Do your real name have a last name? I don't.
No.
Right. But free in water does look good.
So, with the 12, Wade, you begin slowly sidling up to the shore of this pond, and it's not a crazy big pond, and you kind of, in your giant alligator form, fit, but you're taking up about half of it. As you begin swimming up, the birds seem to notice you and the sudden apparition of your friends and just flit away.
Yeah, I lunge out, snap, but miss them because they flew off. Then I make those hissing noises.
Free just climbs out, starts drying herself off with prestidigitation.
Isn't it this thing where she just kind of takes a breath and just steams?
Great.
Well.
I have an intelligence of 2 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit. Actually, no, I weigh a fuck ton. I'm not gonna sit and wait. It's gonna ride him, but no, it's a bad idea.
Well, whoever sent Wade away clearly didn't want him coming back. It wasn't safe, right?
I mean, he was a baby when that happened. It's, you know what?
I don't know if that's necessarily what that was.
Let's.
That's just my guess, because it didn't affect the rest of us.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know necessarily whether it was for his protection or
someone else's.
Correct.
Like he's obviously a prince, and so like maybe he was a risk to like his father's like brother who wanted to take over the throne, and was like, oh, it's a risk to take over to like he's a true king. I don't.
Yes, but the blanket was from his mother in Sylvan.
Yeah, so his mother got rid of him. Mother was like, oh no, my son.
Yeah, so then
by the uncle.
Why would he be a prince if his father is the?
His father is the king. His uncle is the usurper.
But implying that the mother wrote it in Sylvan, that would make her the Fey parent. So then the father would be the half-elf, would be the non-half-elf part. So why would he be a king
or maybe,
in the Feywild?
Maybe that's one of the reasons he doesn't like a human king.
You're just insane.
Or I'm right. Or I'm absolutely right, and Equa is taking notes.
Oh, Lord.
Let's sleep. Buddy, let's speak to animals.
No one can speak to animals.
I'm just gonna sit next to Wade and scratch the underside of the jaw.
Free's going to take out that cloak and put it on because she wants to.
Turn to Free and ask if she knows what any of these things are, or if I can discern what they are.
Because it's also wet. She's like, I'm pretty sure this cloak is made of that thing I killed for like the first thing I ever killed.
Oh, the spice out of that thing you absolutely wrecked.
Yeah. And I thought it'd be funny to wear it for a moment. I want to see what it does. However, I don't know if I recognize anything else. And she'll like pull out the random items that she managed to see with her
What
natural
was it that we got out of there with, like 2 staffs and that cloak? And then a whole bunch of gold?
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
I can do that. That is a 26.
Does alligator weight like the scratches?
Surprisingly, yeah. I think that's like a really sensitive part you said
Under the jaw, yeah.
So you probably would.
So, Alakian, the first thing that you look over is this purplish rod that was over the orb. And it is what appears to be a staff made of this deep, like, kind of faded purple stone in this kind of like square-like pattern, but it rises up at the top and sort of embosses out. And at the top are these kind of jutting and awkward-looking appendages in 10, 20 of them. And they just sort of come outwards and then look back inwards. That's what that is. The next one, which is the long silver thing, appears to be somewhat similar. It's a little shorter, and it's very thin, and it's metallic, and it's engraved with these deep, intricate lining. And as you get a close look at it, you look at the top, and it kind of comes out into this long, almost like flat piece, and then back up to the top, and then something has been snapped off, and you aren't quite sure what it is. The next thing that you guys got was the cloak that Free is now wearing, and you instantly recognize the long tentacle-like protrusions that end in these fleshy, almost Venus flytrap-like appendages. That's a displacer cloak.
Does anyone identify magic items?
No, but I mean, we obviously know what that is.
Hi, what's that?
If we are intending to stay here, we can try and attune to whatever these items may be and discern them that way. Otherwise,
I can't. I have too many things. I got my glasses, got my armor, I've got a third thing which I don't remember.
just so you know what our options are.
Well, until we can identify what they are, we can always just store them in the bag.
The bag is full of gold. Wait, no, we put them in there. We put them in there. No, we put them in there. You said we did, so yeah, no, it's fine.
Well, Free also said she put stuff like on her bag. Since she has a strap for the broom, I'm assuming she could just stick things through that.
Free.
That she was carrying.
You, Free. Roll me a perception check.
Okie dokie. 8.
8.
My passive is so much better. I hate that.
You've been sitting here, and as you sit down and begin to attune to the items, sort of taking in your surroundings, there is kind of one thing that does pique your attention, even with an 8. Pretty much the only way you could have failed this was with a 1. Peeking through the tree line, you just see like some structure, kind of like this shimmering, silvery gold structure off in the distance, but you can see it through the tree line. It's close enough.
What do you think that is, guys? And Free will point them in the right direction.
You're muted, is he?
Civilization.
I think this is something to deal with in the morning.
I think it might be safer than staying out here, honestly.
Do you? This is the fucking Feywild.
I was more concerned of if it's close enough for them to get here, we should at least see what it is before
Well,
we
because
settle
here's
down
the-
in a random area.
Not only that, but here's the thing. If what we know of the Feywild is true, it's
They're not
better
gonna
to go
allow us to do
present
that.
ourselves instead of trying to hide.
And we do
if,
look pretty pathetic. honestly,
especially if there are protectors of
Aye.
these portals
No, you're right. I forgot
that
about
really
that.
mean no harm.
We should go and say hello and say, "Hi, we're refugees."
Right?
I'm not sure if this is gonna work. Free's gonna kneel down to Wade and be like, "Can you turn yourself back to normal now?" Wondering if he's smart enough to figure this out.
Come on, buddy, I believe in you. I'll guidance. Fuck it.
Wade,
That is-
your alligator form looks back at Free.
He like
Ay.
whips around and runs into the little lake.
Oh, God. Can I grab his tail and pull him out?
Okay, make contested strength checks.
Beautiful.
Oh my god,
What'd you get?
an 8.
Well, I got. Let's see. I got a 10. I got a 10.
It's a tussle for you guys. Like, you've seen Izzy be strong, and this creature's very strong, obviously. But you watch as Izzy like kind of grabs him, and they're kind of at a stalemate for a long time as Izzy's trying to get a foothold and try and pull
Wade's
weight
just,
out.
like,
Rolling.
jump on him and like fucking wrestle him.
Make an
Oh my
attack roll,
God.
Isabel.
Yeah. Just
Who's
attack
gonna
roll.
get death rolled, the gator or Izzy?
Yep.
I'm gonna roll strength plus proficiency.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's roll a d20 and then add my shit. Oh boy, that's not great. That is, I think, like a 10 or maybe an 11.
That doesn't hit your armor class, does it, Wade?
No.
Oh wait, no, it's higher than that. That is a that's 12.
No, doesn't hit.
So these two just begin wrestling, essentially.
Alright,
He
I
still
guess we
knows that
sit
I'm
here
his
for an
friend.
hour.
He still knows I'm
Right.
his friend.
I'm gonna go climb a tree and keep watch for anything that's coming.
Okay, you go ahead and climb a tree, Alakian. Make a perception check.
I guess Free takes a short rest.
Yeah, you can all
For
take a
an
short
hour?
rest, and you can attune to your new cloak.
Natural
Ooh.
20 for a 27.
You go ahead and climb this tree,
Was that
Alakian,
correct?
and you look out towards what this thing was, and it is a beautiful, immense, shining city. It has this like high, beautiful silver wall that seems to stretch all the way around the outside, and in the center of it is kind of like this raised platform where there is this very, very illustrious, almost like palace-looking building that comes up in like these arcs and these points. It is instantly kind of reminiscent to you, as almost kind of similar to the Matron Citadel
Yeah.
in the way that the city is, built. Not so much design, but like the structure of it. You look at it, it's weirdly similar.
Okay.
The other thing that you see is in front of the wall is what appears to be a figure that's sort of leaning up against the wall but looking into the forest. Because you
Like
rolled
the
so fucking
direction
high.
that we are.
Yes.
I'm gonna poke my head down towards Free. They're gonna be a while. I see somebody that looks like they're looking for us. Do you want me to go meet them or stay here?
Are they coming this way?
No, they're just looking this direction for now.
Well, if you see people coming this way, I think for now we should just rest so we're not totally...
Okay. It's fine by me.
I'm gonna roll some hit dice. Oh.
Great. So,
Excuse me.
the hour goes by. Wade reverts to his regular person form.
I'm sitting on Wade at this point and trying to keep him not moving.
So Wade, unfortunately, since you were an alligator for the whole time, you don't regain any hit dice.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone else, you can. And as the hour ends, and you regain your HP...
3 ones, man.
Sorry.
Damn.
As you regain your HP, nothing has happened. What would you like to do?
Hi, Wade.
Hey. Oh, man.
It's,
You know, I
Just
really
as a-
needed that. It's nice to just be a gator sometimes, live a simple life.
I've been to wrestle you to gain a new respect for your craft.
Thank you, thank you.
Right.
A lot of technique in it.
Sure. Aye.
So, what's going on?
Like he's gonna hop out of the. I'm assuming still nobody's coming. It's still just they're just still sitting there watching Equa.
You watch that figure, and that figure comes up to the edge of the brush a couple times and is beginning to look very impatient.
Okay. I'll jump out of the tree. Well, we've got people waiting for us, so let's get a move on, shall we?
Let's
So
be
hello,
polite.
nice.
So,
We're using real names, fake names.
Use your real ones, please. I don't.
Yeah.
I would. I'm gonna put this very simply.
We want them on our side.
We want them on our side, and I'm pretty sure where we are is the ruling body of the Feywild, because this city looks an awful lot like what the Raven Queen's citadel looked like whenever I visited there
Oh, that's
during
fine.
the Giving. So, please, for the love of God, be on your best behavior.
Yeah,
Never.
no, the only reason I was saying that is because it felt like something was trying to stop me from coming here. So I don't know if maybe I was in trouble or something, or my
Regardless,
parents
it's
were in
clear that
trouble.
It's clear that they know we're here anyway, which means they probably know that you specifically are here. So there's no point in hiding it, or at least there's no point even trying to hide it. Let's be
And
just upfront and try and get as much trust as we can.
Okay.
honestly, it was your parents and your halfling parents that named you, right? They might not know that name. I'm
Yeah.
sure your mother had one for you.
Hopefully it's not lame as shit.
Oh, wait.
For the bright side, at least you'll probably learn some Elvish while we're here.
Aye. Oh, he knows
His
that.
hat does that for him.
Aye, he speaks Elvish.
I meant more for his sake, not just that silly hat.
You can learn
As I pat
Sylvan.
his
That's,
head.
that's his traditional language. It's not Elvish, it's Sylvan. He's a Fey prince.
Alright, come on, let's walk and talk. And I'll start leading the direction of...
Okay. So, you begin trudging through the lush, green, verdant undergrowth and beautiful forests that lie here, and begin to make your way towards that amazing, shining city in the distance. And that is where we're going to take our break. So, we'll be back here in 10-15 minutes to continue the story. Go get snacks, QP, and we'll be back here soon.
Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. So, we jump back in as you guys are trudging through the forest towards this beautiful city, taking your time to get there. It does take about 10 to 15 minutes of walking through in this kind of thicket of greenery, but eventually you do find yourself coming to the very edge of whatever forest or woods this is. And as you look out, towards this new location, you see all of you now, these thick silver walls, and the beautiful citadel beyond it, and a figure who is leaning against the wall, staring at your general direction. And as you emerge, they pick their head up. What do the rest of you all want to do?
Hey there.
Howdy.
Who are you saying that to, Wade?
The figure that just lifted their head up.
Okay, so you walk out of the thicket and sort of across the extra bit of grassland that separates it from the city. And as you walk towards them, Dyto, would you like to introduce your new character?
Yeah, sure. So, what everybody sees is this medium height, dark-skinned, looks elven. She has 2 dreads coming down the front of her face and a long braided dreads. And her ears, instead of coming to one point, they're forked. She has these dark, what look like vines growing out of her temples and coming across like as in a headband. She's carrying a very pretty silver sword. And she's got this brown leather tunic with gold spikes.
So, you see these people walk up to you, and the one who appears to be half-elf with a wide straw hat and a kind of glistening alligator skin poncho says hello to you. What would you like to do?
Well, you took your grand fucking time getting over here since your arrival.
I'm gonna just turn and point towards Wade to be like, he had to turn himself
What's
into
an
a
alligator?
crocodile.
I saw.
Okay.
Yeah, it was an alligator. It wasn't a crocodile, Lakian. Please let me explain myself. Yes, I had the unfortunate... Well, I had the very fortunate experience of becoming a giant alligator. But apparently alligators aren't smart enough to know how to use magic, so I couldn't turn myself back. What are you doing here? What do you mean? You're waiting for us?
I've been out here every day for the longest, waiting on you guys.
I'm sorry, and you are?
Delphine. And you are?
Isabel, and why are you waiting on us?
Well, I would assume one of you, considering none of you were authorized to come through that portal, has been contacting the General?
No, we are more like refugees.
Oh, so, and she starts moving her hands like she's about to cast a spell, so you're not the people I'm looking for?
I don't know who the fuck you're looking
Which
for.
general are you speaking of?
Hannon.
Yes, I've contacted her. I'm free.
Well, you took a nice long time getting here.
It's been quite the adventure.
Yeah, we've been a little busy.
Well,
Between Illithids and Ifriti after us, we've been busy.
she doesn't even listen to what Free finishes saying before she casts Sending and starts speaking in Sylvan. General, they've finally arrived. Where's the best place to take them?
It is but a moment before you hear the voice return to you and say, "Oh, we weren't expecting them so soon. Bring them to the house via the circle and stay hidden."
Well, are you guys ready to get into the city?
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you? What is happening?
Free.
I'm getting you into a city that you're not allowed to be in. That is what I'm doing.
You
Yes.
standing here in this group, you are next to the wall, and you get the sense this area of the wall is a little less protected, a little less guarded, perhaps. You do start to see a figure, start walking along the side of the wall, sort of coming towards you, and they will probably see you. You see hooves much like your own, but instead this one has kind of furry legs and a human-ish upper half with other horns that sort of protrude out the top of the head. This is a satyr.
We've got someone coming down the wall. We need to move.
To the tree line.
Humans here.
You don't know that person?
I know that person. That person has orders to kill anybody else on sight.
Oh, fuck, great. Alright.
Oh.
And as she's walking, she pulls from her holster this dark-colored book with like silver lines on it. And she pulls out some. She turns her blade like upside down, and once they get to the tree line, she's gonna start carving runes into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I have orders to take you directly to Hannon herself. Is everybody ready?
I mean, sure, what the fuck not? Alright.
And
She's not trying to kill us. I'll take this chance.
I want to turn her to Isabel. Please remember what I said and be on your best behavior.
I refuse to listen to you at the best of times. What did I say now?
I lean into Free and say, when she sent that message, she said Hannon by name, so
Alright.
I don't know why I understand what she's saying, but I do.
I mean, you are from here. Maybe it's innate.
That
You read that.
Delphina, she says that. That's
I
weird.
like it.
That's weird that she said that he's from there.
you're from here.
What is here but the state of being in which we are?
He's from the Fail. We don't know exactly where.
We'll
gonna-
explain when we see Hannon, because I'm sure we'll have to tell it over again then.
Indeed.
And she keeps drawing. All right, everybody jump in. And she finishes casting teleportation circle.
As the circle is carved into the ground and then alights in another bright energy, you will step inside and one by one just dissipate. And you reappear into another room. This one is smaller. It's definitely one of the smallest rooms that houses a teleportation circle that you've ever been in. And with it, you see, nice wooden floors, walls that are laden with books of all sorts of colours and different varieties, thicknesses. There is a desk and a chair on one corner, but apart from that, nothing else except for one door.
Now, what does it matter if I'm from here or not?
If you're from here, you're less likely to be killed.
yeah,
Oh, that's
thanks.
good.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Yep, definitely from here.
So,
All right, if you guys will follow me, be respectful. You're in the presence of royalty.
Nothing new there.
And she'll lead them through the
yeah, this is
door.
not the biggest building, but it is nice, and it is regal, and it is intricately designed with beautiful carvings and wall designs. As you open the door, you are emerging into a long, but not too long, corridor that houses two rooms behind you, and on the left-hand side there is a set of stairs that you begin to walk down. As you go, you turn the corner, and sort of over the railing and into the next room, you see this kind of nice but modest living room with this kind of wide, beautiful red couch with this kind of gold trim and lining and carved design. A fireplace on the opposite wall, and a table sitting next to another long couch of the same design. There is a woman standing, facing towards the fireplace and back to you, who is clad in this beautiful, pristine silver armor, with elegant embossing of like feathers and flowers, and she, to her side, wields this very impressive, an enormous great axe on one side and a longsword on the other. Sitting down on one of the sofas is another woman. This one appears to be another elf. They're both elven. And this one is kind of a little thinner and kind of head down, arms in and holding her hands together, with this long, like, silvery, straight hair. Beautiful, but shyer and timid, and she is wearing this kind of elegant long dress. And as you walk down the stairs, you see the one in armor turn around to meet the rest of the group and say, "Hello. I am General Hannon, and you must be the Silvered Goats."
Yes, I was the one that messaged you. I'm Free.
Well, it's nice to finally meet your acquaintance, Free.
I'm sorry it took so long. We've had quite the adventures on our own plane.
Well, I would love to hear all about them. You must be tired. If you'd like to rest, you may do so now, and we will have chambers provided. She sort of looks over to the other woman. Perhaps that's best.
Equa, I do want to point something out. Because I do not have armor anymore, my pendant and amulet are both, well, my holy symbol and my amulet both are on the outside of my tunic.
Okay.
Am I getting any weird glances or anything like that? Cool.
You definitely sense that they clock it. Nothing is made.
Okay.
We are pretty roughed up, aren't we?
Aye, we are. It's been a long day, to say the least.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like I'm presuming anything, but I don't need to rest as long as everyone else here does. Is there someplace quiet that I could be escorted to when we get done resting?
I'm afraid not. You are outsiders to Shivanrin, and as such must remain as hidden as possible. Having you here would be treason, and so you will have to remain indoors for now.
I'll look towards Wade.
Boy.
Treason against who? What?
Against the High Queen Ilariath. We will discuss this later. I will have your chambers provided now. Follow.
Thank you for taking the risk.
Wait, before you go, thanks for everything, but I've been trying to get here a really long time because my friend is here somewhere, and we've been trying to get him back.
All of your questions will be answered in time, Wade and Water. Please follow me. And she begins walking back up the stairs to those back rooms that you saw previously, which have been very quickly retrofitted to be bedrooms. And she leads you in there and opens the door. You may spend some time here, regain yourselves, and we will talk when you are better.
Thank you.
Again.
Right. And she turns to you, Delphine, and says,
I'd like you to stay with them if you could. Keep an eye, make sure they don't do anything wrong. I have to go back to the High Court and see about that friend. Let me know if they do anything.
As you wish, General.
Thank you. And she leaves. So, you all gather up in the makeshift bedroom, and you can begin to rest. And while we do that, I would like for everyone except Dyto to deafen and mute the stream.
Oh.
And turn off the chat as well.
The stream and Discord, right? You mean Discord as well?
Yeah, deafen Discord and deafen the stream so you don't hear anything.
Okay. What kind of symbol are you gonna make to say like it's good? Just double. Okay, cool.
Double thumbs up.
What do I do?
And I will wait for everyone to do that.
Just a second.
Can someone walk me through how to deafen?
The button
It's
in
the
bottom
headphones.
left, it's the headphones one, not the microphone.
Bottom left.
Do you have it on full screen or?
I didn't. Hold on.
Okay.
My
If you
full
don't have it on full screen, it should be bottom left corner, right next to your name in Discord.
It's not up in the actual video call. It's
Oh,
under
okay.
like
No.
if you were in a voice
Gotcha.
chat.
Okay, I see it now. Thank you.
And
Felis, you got to mute too.
Felis is deafened. Is it deafened? You're muted.
He's got it.
There you go.
Wonderful. So, Thyra. The last thing that you remember is fighting the Beholder, and as its gaze turned to you and the ray struck you, that infection of stone began to crawl up your body and turn you completely into a statue. The next thing that you see as your eyes open is a cell made of red and black stone walls with thick iron bars at the front that are plentiful. And you look through them. There is no window in here. The only opening is through these bars. As a man in a deep red cloak casts a spell, and then another one from behind says, "Thank you, you can go." And that person leaves. And the next man turns around the bars and looks at you, hood down, with a deep red coat that comes down to just about the knees. You see his black and grey hair and his aged face look to you as he walks behind and pulls up a chair and sits with it cross-legged and just leans and looks at you. What do you do?
Am I still raging?
You would be for but a second more.
Okay. So I guess I would have like that quick instinct to just throw my axe, but as the rage fades, I'll kind of lower it.
You would, if you
Large.
had it. As you go and feel around, the only thing you have on you are your clothes.
What are you, Adam? Where am I?
You know, I suppose some part of me just thought he would recognize a little bit. But, we've met once before. You are currently in our fortress in the citadel of the Scorched King. Welcome.
Why am I here? Smart of you to take my weapons away, by the way.
Yeah, it was, really, wasn't it? Considering if you had them, you'd probably try and chop off my head where it stands. You are here because your friends can no longer keep you safe. And I made an oath, a promise to keep you safe. You keep doing what you're doing and you will die, whether it's by a beholder
or by Kymel himself.
I'm gonna be silent to him for a minute, but in my head, are you still with me, buddy?
I am. That was annoying.
She feels a little better knowing that she's got something in her back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, you're talking about oaths and promises, and I've made a few myself, and she kind of looks around. Being here doesn't help me solve either of those.
I will explain. He sort of looks around, making sure that no one is there. Last time we met was in the ruins of your tribe, when I left you with your sisters. My name is Thardin, and I am your father.
Did I recognize that it was Thardin?
No, curiously enough, last time you saw Thardin, he was an elf. Now he's a human.
She scratches her head. That can't be right. Thardin's an elf, and you are not elvish.
I understand. Listen, I was not with the Brothers of the Lost by sheer coincidence. Alright? When I was with them, I thought that I could help change the rules of this tribe and make it so that maybe I could at least see you again. But then I did. You were there. You came to us. And you fought. And I saw you. And I saw this person that I had not seen since you were 6 months old. And you were a woman. And strong. And powerful. And leader-like. So I left you there, and I saw your mother, and she was not happy to see me, I can tell you that. But we talked, and I demanded that I could see you. You were your own person then. You are of the age you could leave and you could make your own decisions. And I convinced her that if I were to be allowed, but just for a few moments, to sit in the tribe with her and watch her talk to you, I would be happy. She abided if she made it so that I would not look like me and I would say very little. And then you came back and you convinced her that men shouldn't be exiled. And I thought, finally, maybe we could have been a family again. And then the attack happened, and I tried to warn her, but she would not listen.
Well, you tried as well.
Your mother was a very stubborn woman. For all of her amazing personality traits and all of her faults, she was definitely stubborn. And I saw her on her deathbed, and she made me promise that I would protect you and Odda and Breeder and Isolde. And now I see that you have been getting into fights with beholders and seeking orbs that you don't know what they do, and you will die if you don't stop this. Either Kymel or someone else will kill you and all your friends. I understand your letters and your sending spells, but it is too much for you to handle, and I told you to back off. And now I've got to keep you here.
You can only keep me here for so long. I made promises to those same people and to others. You're keeping me from a promise. Probably right now, if I am here with you and my friends aren't here. Where did you leave them? Where are they?
I sent them away, where they would be safe for a while. Listen, I'm not stupid, alright? I'm a smart man, and I know that you will not stay here. Not forever, and that's fine. I don't want you to stay here. I want you to be your own person, but you can't do it yet. There needs to be a little time. I'll figure it out. But we're going as we go along.
Why did you bring me here to the Scorched Citadel? Is that what you called it?
I am afraid there is no...
basically.
There's nowhere else I can keep you. If you're a prisoner, you ain't going to be harmed. If you're out there, you will.
Well, since we both seem to have a thing in common about making promises, I promised the Red Man to many people. I will find him. I will get him.
You see him kind of chuckle a little bit. Zitaj is a bit of a prick, but
Oh, what was that?
he said his name was Zitaj, Z-I-R''Taj. Trust me, I'm not his favourite fan either. You can tell from his face, but we'll see. I have to get back. I'll see to it that you're taken care of.
For what it's worth, in the beginning I thought we could have been a family too. That's why I made the changes I did before you locked me in here and acted like a coward.
Cowards survive. Martyrs don't. And he gets up and pushes the chair back.
You should have at least told us what it did or not to open it.
Yeah. And he leaves and closes the door behind him. And that is where we're going to leave you.
Hello.
Hello.
Like the other three. Oh, two.
So, someone message Alakian, and he'll get back here.
Yeah. Griz, you're still mute. Oh.
Okay.
So, someone text Esprit real quick.
Right.
As we jump back to those who are in Shivanran, as you all sleep, is there anything that anyone wants to do quickly while you rest?
I take out my sylvan blanket, just kind of look at it and hold on to it that night.
Yeah.
Does it look familiar?
No, not that you can see. Its design is intrinsically sylvan, but it doesn't look reminiscent from anything you've seen in the past.
That's right. So is Delphine in the room?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I was ordered to stay with.
Yeah, you had all that stuff that we didn't get to hear, so I was like, I didn't know if you were not there or something. All right, so I would ask Delphine. So, is there like some sort of coup going on? Is that the word?
Coup? No, why? Why would there be a coup?
Like just the general going against the wishes of what'd you call her, the High Queen or something?
Yes, the queen. Yes.
Is that normal for the general to
No, it's
disobey?
not. So there must be something about one of you or all of you that has piqued her interest. To have her not only put her at risk, but also her family.
There's a
And
few
friends.
things here and there that probably would have Interesting.
Wade, are you okay with telling the full story tomorrow?
To who?
Hannon. About how it started in Keijo and the Ghost Gator.
We can trust her.
I don't know. She didn't seem very happy or concerned. Well, not happy. She seemed nonplussed about hearing about her death. But she was also the one that banished her in the first place. So I'm not sure. But so far they haven't turned us in, so...
Does their vague recollection ring any bells?
Yeah, a Hannon versus the Hag definitely rings a bell. It was a big event here in Shvanren.
Free never said hag.
Sorry.
She said Ghost Gator and banished her in the first place.
So no, we're not.
I guess we gotta take a chance if we want to find Kiv, right?
That's all we've been doing from the start.
As long as
You're
y'all
looking
back
for
me
a
up.
person? The best
Things
person
goes-
to ask is if you're looking for a person, Hannon's the best person to go to.
Right.
She's the
Thank you.
general of defense, so she knows most of all the goings on.
Good to know.
That makes what she's doing even riskier, so...
Yeah. Alright, yeah, in the morning, just let me explain.
Of course. It's your story to tell.
Thanks.
Way in the back.
So,
I'm gonna take out a piece of copper wire, and I'm gonna put it around the door, and around the room, around any windows, and cast alarm.
okay, you do so. The alarm is set up. The rest of you bed down for the night.
Just before we go to sleep,
Mhm.
Wade will hear in his head chaos and say, I also didn't like giving away Thyra.
Yeah. I guess, Izzy's right. What could we have done in the moment different? Just sucks.
Yes, life does tend to suck.
You're not so bad, Chaos.
I still do want to kill you and eat your flesh.
Oh, yep, there it is. Okay, I
Yes.
remember now. Wow, we're not friends.
Frankly, more than usual, actually.
Fair enough.
So, an uncomfortable night's rest for you, Wade, as you constantly wake up and look back over your shoulder.
Yeah.
He's attached to a ceiling. She's gotten used to it. She's
He
gotten
just is
comfortable with it.
looking up all night at Izzy.
But night's rest comes. 4 hours later, Delphine and Alakian wake up. Is there anything that you two want to do? Let me know.
There's a couple things I want to do. First one, is kind of find a corner of the room, away from everybody else if possible, and try and see if my connection to the Raven Queen is still, if it's noticeably lessened or greater here than on the material.
Okay.
Given where we are.
You get the sense that it is about the same as it is. The only place that it really has changed was when you were in Tiamat's cave. And that was probably for a reason, but you're just not sure what.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, sorry, no, keep going, Lakin.
No, I'm good. Go ahead. What was I gonna say?
So, Delphine is going, when she's done, she's going to first, pull out the book that's holstered and just start going through it. And then she's gonna stand up and kind of smooth out her dreads a little bit, and she's gonna start stretching and getting limbered up for the day.
Sure thing. You get prepared as you can be. And in but a few hours' time, everyone else awakens, level 10, and healthy.
Oh, dear. Oh.
So, you all awake? What would you like to do?
I'd like to go over to Delphine, actually. So, what is your story, eh?
I am an underling of General Hannon.
And so you're just hanging out by that... over there, by the portal, just waiting for us to show up?
Pretty much.
Alright. Nothing else? Nothing weird? Nothing, no things in your head that speak to you in the dark moments?
I mean, don't we all have those things?
I mean, do you literally have a different voice in your head that whispers to you?
Not currently.
Alright, good to know.
Oh, is he?
You?
Um,
You sound like you're speaking from experience.
it has been a theme of our adventures, let's say that.
So what I'm gonna do while Izzy is still there is I am going to I'm gonna pull my braid and one of the dreads on the bottom. I'm gonna just cut off. And it instantly regrows back once it's been cut. Hold this.
No, I'm not going to.
I tuck it in. Does he have pockets?
She's a coat, she's a big coat and a set of
Yeah,
armor.
sure.
Isn't it?
She'll tuck it in her pocket,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna use my telepathic message, but I can be in your head.
He kind of stares for a second and lets Chaos say, would you like a voice or, well?
Oh, that's cute.
Sure.
I'm assuming that's the experience you're speaking of.
It's the theme, yeah,
Could come in handy.
Sure. Sure thing.
So, as you all sit around talking here, there is a vague sort of smell of kind of cooking coming from downstairs. You smell kind of cooked meats and eggs and potatoes and kind of delicate and well cooked, well seasoned food begins to sort of waft up from beneath the floorboards. Someone's cooking.
Oof.
Do-
When
do
was the
s-
last time we ate? The morning?
Like
The break?
few days ago, I think?
Like a few days ago. Have you not been eating little snacks on our trip?
2 days ago. I said 2 days ago. And I haven't eaten 3, but I have others to feed.
Yeah, you're eating for 2. You should be eating every day, multiple times a day, maybe 6.
Times a day?
6 times a day. That would make sense. You want to eat double the intake.
Right. Alright.
Don't
Very
read into that too
interesting
much.
bunch.
Delphine, please don't read into that too much. Please.
No, she's already met the big man. Don't worry about it.
Oh yes, that lovely voice.
Hey.
Alright.
I've heard it before. Similar, not exactly.
Lot of weird monsters whispering in your brain a lot? Is that just a thing that happens here?
You'll find out.
Do you,
I wanted to.
Izzy,
Hey.
there is one we can't locate. Heard that voice before? Do you think maybe your brother could be here?
Oh, is there a half-elf with a penchant for eating things?
Not to my knowledge.
Too bad.
Alright. There would a lot of lightning sort of would happen around him.
Do I know anything about a half-elf and lightning?
Not to
Equa?
your knowledge, no.
Sounds very specific. Is there anybody else you're looking for?
I mean, not in the Feywild, but
Let's focus on the one we know is here, though.
yeah, it's probably the one who knows here. Like, he's probably back in the material plane. It's fine.
I also have an object.
No, I'm
that-
sorry. I just asked, is there anybody else here you're looking for? You say no, but your friends say yes. That sounds very contradictory.
Did we tell
Yeah.
her that we're looking for someone?
Yeah, we.
You just asked about
Yeah. So
the
you were there with us when we were talking to Hannon, right?
I was.
That thing I mentioned at the end. We were looking for a friend of mine who's
Right.
been here. That's the other.
Do you have something that belongs to him?
Oh man.
Yes.
You do. You have
Picture?
Kev's fishing pole.
I don't have Kev's fishing pole.
You
I
said
have
you
the
did.
rest for Kev.
Ah, never mind them.
Yeah, we have his brain.
We
We have crystals with him in it.
Yeah,
kind of.
we have things that belong to him.
Are you guys saying this out loud?
No, that was
Yeah.
me making a joke about.
No.
Technically, we have part of him.
Yeah, we have his brain.
I just
in a
don't know if I trust being like, here's my friend's soul.
Oh, for
Um,
sure.
Person we just met.
Perhaps we tell the whole story in a
Yeah,
group
it's all-
before we
it's
get
all
into
good.
specifics here.
Hey, it's talk to your
We're
boss.
just gonna have to explain it again.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have a
If I
thing.
knew what he looked like, I could help.
Let's talk to your boss.
Freckles, curly red hair, short, little halfling.
I mean, that's well and good, but an image of some kind?
Oh boy. All right. I'll
I could waste a really high level spell to do that.
I mean,
minor illusion just Kev's head.
Sure. So minor illusion's a 5-foot cube, so you could minor illusion his whole
Oh
body.
yeah, I could minor illusion his whole body. I minor illusion Kev. And look, if I do this, and I do little flashes of different ones in the same place, and it's like Kev doing a little dance.
I use my body as yours, and I look like Kev with this.
Yeah, you're a little taller than Kev is, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I do the jazz hands.
sure.
I'm gonna look at both of them. Study the figure that Wade produced. Could be enough. Might not be, but we'll see. We shouldn't keep Hannon waiting though.
It's up to Hannon about this. I think that you
Yeah.
might be able to help us more than anything else.
But before we go, I am really nervous though, because you've been talking about how like outsiders ain't allowed and stuff. He's been here for a while, and he I assume is an outsider.
You also have to keep in mind, Wade, that he could be someplace safe and secluded, considering he's not his full self. It could just be his body here that's laid up somewhere. Because he doesn't have anything else. He doesn't have his mind or his soul.
Yes, I'm aware. Like
I'm
just
assuming whoever
Oh,
protected him
he-
for you is keeping him safe for you.
I hope.
And if he didn't come with the portals, could be a little harder to find him.
He did it. As far as we know.
Free's right, though. We'll save it for Hannon.
Yeah, no offense. Best thing.
I just feel like it'd be easier to tell the whole story once.
Get to it once? Aye, for sure.
So,
Let's go talk to your boss.
you guys pack up your stuff. Go ahead and leave the room and walk downstairs.
Before Free leaves, she's gonna try and meshes Kiva. That.
Okay, sure.
Thyra was petrified. We escaped the area, but I'm not sure. But her father or someone looking quite like him but not took her with him. I don't know where.
Okay. You cast that spell and you send the message out, and the response does come back to you, even across these planes. And Kiva says, I see. Well, that is interesting, isn't it? That's it.
Yep.
Great.
Who you talking to?
I messaged Kiva. She should know where Thyra is.
Yeah, you know what? I bet she's... Yeah. You guys remember... Okay, which Kiva?
The Elder.
Okay. Because I was thinking, that's smart. Maybe somebody who's really good at making potions would know about where Thyra is. No,
If
never mind.
the one who took her is who I think it is, she could probably contact him.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping.
Maybe just send out a message to the potion Kiva too at some time. See what she's up to.
Let's talk to this a very important, powerful Fey General.
Yeah, so you guys leave the room, walk down the stairs, and back into that main living room. You take a left, and go into the dining room, which has this very large table with seats around it, set for about 10. Hannon is not there, but the other lady is, and she is currently putting a large amount of food down in the middle of the table, and she just sort of sees you come in and, please, you may sit down and take your fill. You must be tired.
Thank you.
Aye. What's your name, by the way? You've never called it before.
Right, I am Ziravel.
Ziravel?
Yes.
Is that name familiar to us?
No, none of you ever heard it before.
Okay. Well, are you joining us for breakfast or lunch? I don't know what time it is here.
It would be breakfast.
Excellent.
Yes, no, I shall eat some, and yes.
Is the sky like traditionally a lot of sort of depictions of the Fae is like the sky never changes unless you move?
Hey, you go ahead and look out, and it is this beautiful twilight sky.
All right, cool. That's what Mother was right with those.
It's kind of in the same way that the Shadowfell never really becomes light. This never really becomes anything but.
Yeah, I will absolutely devour some food.
Yeah, you all go ahead and sit down and devour some food.
Free's gonna look at her. If our presence makes you uncomfortable because we're putting you in danger, you don't have to stay. It's fine.
No. No, it's fine. We shall wait until Hannon gets back.
All right.
Or Hannon just put the proper protections on the house.
Right.
She says more in reassurance to the lady at the house.
Yeah, she
Do
accepts it, but it's a little distant.
Do I get the sense that she's hiding something?
Chicken.
Make an insight check.
I was looking at Izzy's in the background of the scene, like swallowing an entire roast chicken.
Yeah, just.
Just like this weird extended jaw. He's like.
What'd you get, Lakin?
13.
I mean, she's uncomfortable, but there is
Okay.
good reason to be so, probably.
Yeah.
What does Freeze passive inside of 20 pick up?
She's uncomfortable.
Okay.
Yeah. So you all begin to eat, and food comes, and you do become full. And sort of towards the end of the meal, the front door opens, and you hear footsteps approach, and Hannon's form begins to walk around the side of the table.
Yeah, when she comes into range, Delphine will stop eating or sitting there if she's done and stand up.
You're fine. You can keep going. Make sure you finish, and we'll talk. And so you do. You continue to eat until you can't eat anymore. And then she leads you into the main sort of living area and sits down. She brings the other woman down next to her to sit down with her, and Delphine, you can also sit with them. The rest of you all manage to fit down on the other couch or on the side chair. And she says, "So, I know you have questions about all of this, and we will be happy to answer. You'd probably like to know about your friend first.
Yeah. Yes, please, ma'am.
He is here. The body is secure in the High Court. He is hidden in one of the basement labs. A friend of mine has been volunteering to keep it secret for a while, and I will escort you there soon."
Okay. Does that mean that you're the one who saved me and him that day?
"I'm afraid not." As she looks towards the other woman who's sitting there. "I did."
Well, first of all, thank you. Second, why?
Well, I have been watching you for quite some time, and at this you see Hannon kind of like shift and look a little confused at her. And I saw that you were in danger, and I decided to intervene.
Well, that was awfully nice to do for a stranger.
I'm afraid we aren't strangers.
Wade'll like reach into his bag and take out the blanket.
She looks at it with sort of this acknowledging look and nods.
He kind of is shaking a little bit, and he just can't think of what to say.
Right. I understand this must be quite the shock for you, and probably for your friends as well, and you too, Delphine. It was a long time ago, and things have changed since then, but I shall tell you the story if you so desire to hear it.
Why did you send me away?
Because you are in danger. You are the product of a member of the royal family, by technicality, not by blood, and a man from the material. We don't traditionally like outsiders here, and if you were to stay, there is a significant chance that the High Queen Ilarius herself would have ended you. So I did what I thought was best.
He starts to tear up, and he says, "Can I hug you?"
Oh, yes. And she sort of
you'll-
stiffly stands up a little bit. And she's kind of thin and lithe, and she's not really used to this, and she sort of like holds out her hand slowly.
He goes to hug her, and he says, kind of over her shoulder, "It's okay. It must have been hard."
The rest of you, particularly Free, start to see faint bits of water well in her eyes.
Is he crying?
What did you say?
Like, Izzy is not crying, like, very much on purpose, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah. She's just like, I'm not gonna cry.
I'm not crying. You're
I'm not
fine.
gonna-
It's just
Yeah,
allergies.
She's just like stone faced. Like, if I move anything, I will burst into tears.
Yeah. Her eyes begins to sort of well up a little bit, and she closes them and sort of embraces you a little tighter, Wade. So you see Hannon, who is sort of sitting there on the couch, begin to stand up, walk to the fireplace, and sort of fold her arms. She is particularly stoic, stone-faced, observing it all. And she talks out. I heard that you were having troubles with a hag that I may have exiled about 70 years ago, but you ended her, correct?
At that, Delphine actually looks interested in the conversation.
Twice.
I was going to say, funny enough, we killed her twice.
Yeah, kill her twice.
I see.
But she took us twice as well.
Yeah, she just fuck us up
But-
bad twice.
I never meant for her to be such of an issue towards people on the material. When I banished her, I thought it was mercy, but I see now it was just torture to others. So for that, I am sorry.
Out of
We've all...
curiosity,
Okay.
and this is probably going to be me overstepping, but I can't resist the question of what did you think would happen when you banished a hag to a plane full of
Humans.
greedy and self-important people?
That she would live the rest of her life in pain, knowing that she would never be able to return to the home that she so greatly loved, as punishment for all of her crimes against the city of Shivanran and its peoples.
I will say you were successful in that bit.
I normally am.
She's just also fucked up a bunch of things.
I understand.
And almost made her way back here. Twice.
Well, she would never have been able to do that because her blood is banned.
She was going
Yeah.
to take his.
I point out Wade.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
You'll forgive me if I'm...
Need to inspect them.
No, it's fine. I am a little surprised, now that you mentioned it, that you were able to cross over the border. But I suppose it makes sense.
We brute forced our way through.
I have a question actually pertaining to that. The other three of us got through without much resistance, but yet he had quite a bit of difficulty. Why is that?
Right, of course. And she pushes you away, Wade, and sits you back down, and Two goes to sit herself. Your father was an outsider to these places, and as such was greatly forbidden to be here. We had a small stint where he and I wound up conceiving, and we carried you in secret to full term. We had a plan for when you were to be born. We would disguise you and raise you as a citizen of this world, and perhaps one day you could be a bridge between the two. Unfortunately, that didn't happen because he was caught and exiled by Queen Ilariath herself. She viewed our relationship as an outrage and treacherous to the crown, and a great battle was fought between the two of them before he was inevitably removed. Hannon managed to find you and took pity on you. Together, her and a friend of ours, Defala, managed to smuggle you out of the city in a extraplanar rift that led to Keijo.
General.
Removed? You mean?
He would have died, yes.
Question. I'm going to use some magic. Don't worry. I stand up and I use a mask of many faces to look like Lyra's dad.
Okay.
Like, is this the man?
Yeah, she sort of takes a look at him. I'm afraid I don't recognize
Okay. Alright.
the age of...
What
person.
was his name?
I turned back to myself.
His name was Tharden, but everyone here knew him as a planeswalker.
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
Well, unfortunately, it is him.
Wait.
Yes.
You're Tyra's brother.
What?
Oh no.
What?
General, if I
Think about it.
may interject. And she kind of pulls out her book and is leafing through it again. If I am reading into this correctly, she could have come back.
No, her blood was a significant factor in the identification of anyone who tries to enter the Feywild and thus the city of Shivanran. Your friend's father here was exiled by Queen Ilariath herself, and his blood now coursing through his veins would have been prohibited if I think it wasn't for Ziravel's blood also being a factor.
Even with him there and me here, that could have caused a bridge.
Potentially, it's difficult to say.
Equa.
Yes.
We know the name of Thyra's tribe, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Remind me what that is, because
Mountain Bear.
Esprit doesn't remember.
Mountain Bear.
That's the one.
On that note, speaking of other people that aren't here, we do have somebody else that is a member of our merry band of misfits. That her tribe, coincidentally, has a relationship with other people from the Feywild. Would it be possible for their protection to extend towards us while we're here?
What is your friend's name?
Her name is Thyra, and she is the matron of the Mountain Baron tribe because her mother died but a few months ago while trying to defend it from an Esprit that burned down the entire tribe.
Well, I'm very sorry to hear that. Mildred was always a strong ally in our city's relationships. If she is the new matriarch, then we will need to have a discussion about the goings and the relationship to continue forward between our two civilizations.
Unfortunately,
by a beholder.
That's where my conversation was going.
And then taken away.
Aye, the whole thing.
by someone who looked like her father but not quite. I don't know.
Well,
So,
if it was her father, then that is who she should be with.
She.
I'm afraid
And-
our assistance cannot extend past the gates of the Feywild. We are to remain here.
Do you
Oh, no,
still
no,
trust Tharden?
No, of course not. He was cursed under the name of all evil by Queen Ilariath. There's no way.
I wanted to see the face reactions of my mother.
Your mother sort of looks down. Make an insight check.
I have to reach for physical. That one. God damn it.
Hard to read.
that's not what I was asking for per se. I was more meaning the what's the word I'm looking for? Consideration towards them, given that we are such close companions with the new matriarch, if that could be extended towards us while we're here, or at least those of us that aren't banned, looking towards Wade. That way we possibly are in less trouble while we're here.
There is no way that you would be allowed out onto the streets. As soon as someone saw you, they'd execute you all, regardless of appearance or relation to the tribe. I'm afraid not. We will escort you to the High Court in secrecy, where you will find your friend, and I'm afraid you will have to leave. It's not that we wouldn't like to keep you around, and maybe in time we can find a way, but currently speaking, there is simply no way for our universes to coexist.
Alright, on that note of returning, are you familiar with the Watchers? The old legend?
I am.
Right, we pissed off the fire one really bad. Like, he wants us dead.
Kind of why we're refugees here.
I'm wearing the armor made from his brother's flesh.
That is a mighty gift. You should treat it
Right,
with care.
I will. He wants to destroy us all.
I understand. I will rally the city's defenses in case of attack.
Fantastic. I'm saying that we might not be, if we leave, we could end up being tracked down by one of the most powerful beings in the universe and trying to kill us.
Then I'm afraid you shall have to find a good hiding place.
Right, alright.
About getting us there in secrecy. I know it may not help, but I have an illusion that can disguise us at least a little bit.
I'm sure it will. We'll get to that. We'll leave shortly. Until then, does anyone else have any questions that we may answer?
I do, and this one's super not pertaining to anything that we've discussed. Do you recognize the name of an item that's called a feather knife?
Ooh.
I do have a vague knowledge of such an item.
Can I roll to see if I do?
You can?
What do I need to roll?
Roll a history check.
26.
You have a recollection of the item. You haven't seen it. You haven't heard anything about it in centuries.
there anyone here, at least not necessarily in the city, but on the Feywild within recent memory, that you heard of that wielded it?
I'm afraid it never came here, and the people of Shivanran don't really stray far.
If we stay in the Feywild but not in Shivandran.
Good luck.
Let's
don't
just
mind
get
that.
Kevin leave like we originally planned.
You think one hag is bad? Wait until you meet a coven.
Safiva was
What's-
only one of the daughters of one of the worser ones. I assume you have heard of the Baba Yaga.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's our friend, Tyra. She calls herself the Baba Yaga.
Her father
No.
named her that.
Well, his father also is called the Baba Yaga.
He was cursed that way by Queen Ilariath herself.
Oh. That's... She gets around. Fuck.
Free. As this conversation's happening, sort of with them facing you and their backs to the window, you do see, passers-by going on their daily business. Something that was kind of strange. You see some, snow falling.
Snow?
That's what you see.
Okay. I don't know the Feywild very well. Is that normal? And she'll just point at the window.
The two of them turn, and you see a frown sort of come over the faces. No, it isn't.
Should we be concerned?
I don't know. Let me go see. And Hannon starts getting out, and she opens the door and sort of leaves it open, and she looks into the sky. Anyone who wants to pop their head out can do.
Not
Before
going
you
to.
do that, Free's gonna cast Seeming on anyone who isn't Elven and make them look like generic elves.
Sure. Awesome.
I'll peek my head out.
Yeah, you look outwards, and you see people start to run towards you, and sort of past you back up to the main court in the middle of the city, where that citadel would be. As Hannon looks up, and her frown kind of comes back again, sort of pulling the great axe up and over her shoulder. Get inside, and she begins to walk forwards as you look upwards into the sky, and you can see this heavy cloud cover of this dull grey colour that is gently pouring down with snow, and as parts of it begin to part and fade, you look inwards and you can see some kind of being in there that is maybe 100 feet or so tall, and the body, although kind of humanoid-ish, is made almost entirely of this dull blue ice.
I look at Free and say, "Hey, you remember the Kymel and had a friend?"
Yeah, the ice
Yep.
beam.
Yep.
Hi. Guess who's here?
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
Hate my life.
As you all walk
Oh.
outside and you look
Sandra.
upwards, the rest of you now can see there is another figure just kind of floating above the city and calling down. You recognize a deep blue coat and silver hair and a harp in one hand as Kaifin looks down at the citizens of Shivanran and says, "My dear peoples, I'm afraid you're harboring some fugitives, and my lord would like them back. You have 30 minutes. And that,
How far has Kanan actually got from us at this point? From the door?
she's running. She's running to the front gates.
Okay.
But it wouldn't matter, because that is where we're going to end tonight's episode, you
Yeah.
guys.
Fuck.
So, we will be back here next Monday to continue the story and figure out
The end game now, bitches.
what the fuck is happening with this. So, thank you everyone so much for watching. Thank you for coming out. We appreciate it. Let's keep making stories together, and we'll see you next Monday.